Imagine walking into your bank on a sunny morning, feeling confident and prepared for the day ahead. You approach the teller, request a withdrawal of your hard-earned money, and are denied. Suddenly, the confidence with which you entered shatters. Why would a bank, a place where you've entrusted your financial security, refuse to give you your money? This scenario might seem like a premise for a high-stakes thriller, but it touches on very real, very pressing questions about the rights of customers and the regulations governing banks. Let's unravel this scenario to understand under what circumstances a bank can legally refuse to give you your money, turning what might seem like a simple transaction into a complex affair. To begin with, it's important to recognize that banks operate under a framework of extensive regulations designed to protect not only individual depositors, but also the financial system at large. However, these regulations also mean that there are specific, albeit rare, situations where a bank can legally place restrictions on the withdrawal of funds. One of the primary reasons a bank might refuse to allow a withdrawal is due to regulatory mandates. For instance, under certain conditions, banks are required to freeze accounts. This can happen if the bank receives a court order, such as from a garnishment or other legal judgment, which compels the bank to block access to funds temporarily. These orders usually arise from unresolved debts or legal investigations, and while it might be distressing to be denied access to your funds, the bank is legally obligated to comply. But legal interventions are not the only reason a withdrawal might be refused. Banks also have to comply with laws aimed at preventing fraud and money laundering. Under guidelines from bodies like the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network in the United States, banks must report and sometimes stop transactions that are unusually large or out of character for a particular account. If a transaction raises a red flag that suggests potentially illegal activity, a bank might freeze an account and deny access to funds until further investigation clears the account holder of wrongdoing. This process can be frustrating and may feel like an invasion of privacy, but it's a critical component of the banking industry's efforts to prevent financial crimes. Another scenario where you might find yourself unable to withdraw your funds is a bank failure. While rare, especially with the protections put in place after the global financial crisis of 2008, bank failures can and do occur. In such cases, access to your funds would be controlled by a regulatory body like the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, in the U.S., which insures deposits up to $250,000. In the event of a bank failure, the FDIC usually arranges for another financial institution to take over the failed bank or reimburses depositors directly up to the insured amount. During this transitional period, access to your funds might be temporarily restricted. Technical issues can also result in being denied access to your funds. System outages, whether due to scheduled maintenance or unforeseen technical failures, can temporarily hinder your ability to make withdrawals. These situations are typically resolved quickly, but they underscore our dependency on the digital and mechanical infrastructures that underpin modern banking. Moreover, the terms of certain accounts, especially fixed deposits or specific investment accounts, like retirement accounts, may restrict withdrawals under normal circumstances. These accounts often come with stipulations about when and how funds can be withdrawn, and breaching these can lead to penalties or denied access. This is not so much the bank refusing to release funds as it is a condition of the account agreed upon by the customer upon opening it. Now, beyond these scenarios, if a bank were to refuse access to your funds without any of these legal or regulatory justifications, it would likely be acting in violation of the contract between it and the customer. In such cases, customers have legal channels through which to challenge the bank's actions, often through regulatory bodies or the courts. Understanding these intricacies is crucial not just for those who might face such a situation, but for any bank customer. It's important to know not only your rights, but also your responsibilities when entering into a banking agreement. Knowing when and why a bank might legally refuse to give you access to your funds can help mitigate the shock and help you respond effectively should it ever happen to you. In conclusion, while the idea of a bank refusing to give you your money might seem antithetical to the very purpose of banking, there are several legitimate, albeit rare, reasons why this might occur. Being informed about these reasons can not only help you navigate them should they arise, but also offers a fascinating glimpse into the complex, highly regulated world of banking, where each transaction is a balance between customer service and legal obligation. As banks continue to serve as the guardians of our financial assets, understanding these dynamics is key to being a savvy consumer and an informed citizen.